going on? Play Game here, back with another Epic 7 video. And today we're going over the update for January 26th. Starting off with Beehoo. He is the new 5-star RGB unit that is going to be dropping in Epic 7. He is a Fire Ranger and he looks to be okay. I think that once people actually test him out in RTA, because right now he is going to be globally banned, I think that there's some interesting things that you could potentially do with him, right? So his kit does revolve around you landing burns, and so you can deal a lot of damage with burns, right? And so he has that synergy with other units that have burns. Sphere of Inferno, this one, after using a non-attack skill, increases combat readiness of the caster by 20%, and after the next attack, burns a target for 2 turns. So it's, again, revolving around burn. So definitely a unit to be on the lookout for. Doesn't seem extremely broken, but I think that he could have his place. We're gonna see. Side story, the weight of freedom and responsibility. This is his side story. So whenever they do release a new character, they usually release a side story, right? And then now that we have the ability to kind of go back and see previous side stories, and then even get a banner for that one, that's pretty cool, right? So just make sure that you farm everything from the shop. You'll notice that, like I mentioned earlier, you can choose the side story in the side story area of Epic 7. When you do, or once you complete a side story, you have the ability to change the side story to something else. And once you do that, you do have that unit, that banner that pops up to summon will be that unit, okay? And so here they mentioned that if you want to use the change ticket to select and proceed with a different hero side story, you can use your change ticket once every 2 weeks, and the unused ticket will reset at that time. So Beehoo, his side story will be available after 182 days and 21 hours. I think they mentioned 6 months after the drop rate of banner. That's pretty crazy. That's a very long time, right? That's a very long 6 months. That's half a year, right? I don't know if that's too long. I think so. I think maybe 3 months, right? Make it half of that, because by the time that you actually get, like, let's say you skip on this unit, right? And they turn out to be really good. Yes, you can always pull them in the Covenant summons, right? Maybe on your dailies, whenever they do the free summons. But you're never going to be able to pull this unit again until 6 months from whenever they release, right? So I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe that's the frequency of reruns, right? Of rerun banners every 6 months. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But Peacemaker Furious is going to be dropping. He is a new 4-star ML unit in Epic 7, and he looks okay. He is defense scaling. I don't think that he's going to be extremely meta, but who knows? You know, sometimes characters come out with like kind of weird kits and they tend to be okay, except for DDR, right? When their kit is just bad, then that's why he got buffs, right? So look to a similar pattern. If this unit comes out and is just hardcore garbage, they'll probably buff him. Right, they'll probably buff him to where he's gonna be slightly better, if not slightly better, just like broken, right? So Beehoo will be dropping. His banner will be here from the 26th all the way up until February 9th. So like I mentioned, Beehoo will be globally banned from RTA, so you can't use him in RTA, but you can still use him in GVG, regular arena, right? PvE stuff. So Aria will also be dropping along with Beehoo, so both of them are getting their drop rate up banners. But Beehoo's banner ends on the 9th, and it appears that Aria's banner ends on the 2nd, so it's something to keep in mind. The Powder of Knowledge shop is getting its rotation for this next period. Looks like we're getting Cradle of Life, Noble Shepherd of the Hollow, and Idol's Cheer as the 5 stars for this rotation. Hellcutter, Hillag Glance, Caladra, and Infinity Basket are the 4 stars I think out of the 5 stars, people probably be excited for like maybe Shepherd in the Hollow, maybe Idol's Cheer, right? Uh, Everything else is probably a pass, right? Unless they hardcore buff something like Noble Oath or Creative of Life, which I think they already did. Right? Maybe I'm not too sure. Is that the Kisei one? So moving on to the coin shop rotation, we got Crow, Flan, and Bazaar as the RGBs. And then for the ML coin shop, we have Ruel of Light, Archdemon Shadow, and Designer Lilibet. So if you still want any of the units that are up right now, now is your time to buy them. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with the next coin shop rotation for a little while until they let us know who else is coming after these 3. It also looks like the new RGBs, right, and the new 4-star ML are going to be globally banned, right? I mentioned that earlier. So the Artifact, Beehoo, and Peacemaker Furious will be banned from RTA World Arena, because the whole Huayang situation, right? She was dropped like the last week of the season, and she just destroyed everything, right? Destroyed everything. And this is pre-nerf Huayang, okay? Because now they took her arms, and then they took her legs, okay? So it is what it is, but the good thing about getting close to the end of the month is free Unequip. So we will be having a free Unequip event. These, I feel like they usually give them at the end of the month. Sometimes they're random. I still haven't figured out what the cycle is of these, but free Unequip event is always welcome. These, I say it every time, these should be a weekend thing, right? Just every weekend, give us free Unequip, right? During the week, it costs money, it costs gold, right? But then on the weekends, let us switch out stuff, right? Because that's when most people have some spare time to kind of sit down and either craft your stuff and then re-gear and do all of that, right? But it's starting from the 26th and it's ending on Sunday, January 29th. So get to save some gold on that. But that's going to be it for this week. Let me know your thoughts about Beehoo. Are you going to be pulling for him? Are you passing on this unit? You can definitely pass, right? His banner is here until the 9th, so you can always wait until next week and see who the next RGBs are going to be. Maybe they tease a new one. Maybe we have something else in the works, right? But that's going to be it for me. Like always, if you haven't enjoyed the video, hit that like button if you haven't subscribed. Hey, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.